Inside I heard the trumpets call, a salute to the champions on the wall. And in the jazz of squalls and in passion brawls she danced.
Alrighty, so if you remember when we last left our intrepid group, you had just finished Thanksgiving dinner. You had gone to the park to meet Lou, the leader of the Autumn people. He had offered you the job of Autumn Knight, and you had accepted. He had given you a spear that gave you kind of elven magic powers, and also expanded your powers some. And that's where we were. I think we had kind of finished up right there as everybody was getting ready to head back home to go to a tryptophan coma after all the turkey and chicken and, was a green bean casserole and good eats from that. So that's where we were. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pick up the next day. You've all headed home. You've kind of rested and recovered from your tryptophan coma, and you're waking up. This is the day after Thanksgiving, which would be like Friday the 25th, or is that 21st, or something like that. Anyway, it's the Friday after Thanksgiving, so there we go. Yeah. All right. Anybody in particular want to wake up early and start this party?
Yeah, I always wake up early, so...
Okay. Well, before you get started, realize that you missed your lesson with Carla yesterday because it was Thanksgiving, but she was having Thanksgiving with her family anyway, so it wasn't like you missed them. You just decided you wouldn't have a lesson. She's been coming to, remember, her apprenticeship lessons kind of regularly for the last couple weeks, especially while you've been under the weather and you haven't had, the world about to end. So, yeah, she's been studying with you. Carl has shown up once or twice. Generally kind of comes in to where you're working with her on a magic stuff, looks at what's going on, rolls his eyes, and goes outside to smoke or vape or whatever he's doing. And then he generally heads home with Carla when she is done with her lesson. Your lessons are generally a couple hours, something like that. She is showing marked improvement, so she's able to do some very simple stuff. Chill down objects, because she also can work with air. Make minor, force movements with her kinetic shield, her spirit magic. And you haven't really done much with her lightning magic, but she's been able to actually use the lightning to kind of like light candles and stuff like that. So very, very minor stuff, but she's showing a lot of promise and control. And probably her power level is going to be pretty good eventually, but you're taking it slow with her. So yeah. Okay, so you're up first in the morning? Yes.
Okay, so I'm up first in the morning, and I was actually going to give Carla a call.
Okay, you can give her a call. Sure.
Her lessons. And
your next lesson with her would be Tuesday.
What day is it?
It is Friday, so you've got a couple days before you need to see her.
Okay, so I'll just give her a call on and say, hey, Tuesday, I'm going to give her some tougher tests using those things, just to kind of...
Okay, so you give her a call using your landline or using your Nokia?
My landline.
Okay. Use your landline, pick it up, and call her. Ring, ring, ring.
I'll leave a message if you want.
Yeah, nobody picks up.
Answer machine?
Yeah, and you can leave a voicemail, so yes.
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, just call, this is Della, just saying, next time we meet, I have a couple tests I'm going to give you that you can take. I'm trying to make it sound mundane in case somebody hears it.
Yeah.
I'll see you Tuesday. Be sure to study.
Okay, cool. You also know that she works evenings and nights, so she's probably still in bed. Of course, she was home with her family, so she may be in a tryptophan coma too. Very possibly.
Well, that way she just knows the process when she wakes up. And then I'm going to make my way to the Audubon Park.
Okay.
And with my little ley line mappy thing I have. And I've added some of the stuff from her map to my map.
Right.
So I can kind of like keep following it out.
So basically taking a big black Sharpie and color all over your map to
no, my
add
map
her stuff.
is markedly less lined.
And then you burned a hole in one corner with a cigar. No, I'm kidding.
No.
All right, so you grab your ley line map and you head towards Audubon Park. Grab probably a bus down there or something along those lines. And you start probably you're doing the dowsing rod thing, okay? You're going to do a thaumaturgy spell probably for that. You really don't need to do an evocation for, that. So you grab your little piece of coat hanger and stuff like that, and you put them into a circle, and you kind of circle around like that. Find where you can feel the ley line is the strongest.
Well, I'm going to go to where I last left off with my ley line thing and start. Yeah.
Well, you can feel it. Sure. I mean, you can kind of sense it, but when you get close to it, you set it up. Grab a piece of basically the park and put it in there, and then you kind of reach out with your feelings to feel where the power from the ley line is, and immediately you can feel that kind of tainted, stream of energy that flows underneath the park.
Does it match up with the tainted ley line?
Seems to feels the same as far as you can tell. And so, you imbue the little dowsing rods with a tiny feeling of that power, and then snap it shut, break the circle, and begin kind of walking across the park. The little, dowsing rods spin this way and that way and kind of point in a general direction. And as you're walking, they're turning to follow what seems to be a pretty straight path. You're walking across the park. You see a lot of the homeless people that you had seen the night before still there. People sleeping under park benches. Some of them look like they're shooting up, kind of in the bushes. It looks pretty bad. A lot of them look at you with almost undisguised malevolence. You're just kind of going, wow, why are these folks so mad at me? But you're not sure. Maybe just in general, that's what the ley line's doing. There's no telling. You walk across the park. It probably takes you maybe an hour to walk across the park with the dowsing rods, and eventually you notice that it is taking you what looks like towards the zoo. Okay. And so you're following. You're going to have to probably buy a ticket to get into the zoo, but the unfortunate thing is the zoo's not open yet. It doesn't open until 9, so you're going to have to wait till the zoo opens, unless you want to sneak inside.
I was going to say, do I really have to wait?
I mean, it's up to you.
I'm going to do my invisible veil.
Okay. It's your little rope. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to
go to the gate. Well, the gate's locked. I mean, you're going to leap over it. You can do wind magic. You could probably boost yourself over if you wanted.
Is there nowhere that has kind of like an opening, like maybe I can...
Well, you remember they put fences around zoos so people can't come in for free. Yeah.
Then I'm going to...
so the animals couldn't escape.
That too. Those are the individual...
Capitalism.
That's right.
If nothing has been left open inadvertently, then I'm going to stand with my veil, and I'm going to follow an employee in.
Okay.
Because they do
roll
me
a check real quick.
What?
Just a check. It's kind of a luck check more than anything. Oh, okay. That's pretty lucky there.
Have luck.
Good
I'll
luck.
go with luck on that. You actually do get there. You're kind of hanging around by where the gate is, and you see this young woman, young maybe being kind of 30-ish. She's dressed in a zookeeper's outfit. It's kind of a brown and green that says zookeeper on the, right here. She walks up to one of the doors that goes through one of the walls and opens it. You kind of slip. Give me a... You're trying to slide in behind her. Give me a stealth check, please. If you wouldn't mind. Yeah. Okay. Still did really well.
Okay, good, because I don't have any stealth. So
well, but remember, you're invisible, so, she doesn't see you.
Yeah.
You're just, you can get in behind her pretty easily. So you kind of slide in behind her before the door closes, or maybe just with a light touch on the door so you can slide in. She heads off towards one of the main buildings. Look like the Tiger Building is where she's headed. You pull out your little dowsing rods and you're kind of walking around, and you're able to follow them across. It follows one of the main thoroughfares through the zoo, and then you're still following, and you eventually reach kind of the back of the zoo after about another 30 minutes, and it looks like it's heading towards the river.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Now, the edge of the zoo that butts up against the river is kind of bermed up, and there's low walls, but no people really don't sneak in the riverside very often. And so, you could probably step over the wall onto kind of the murky bank on the other side. It's going to be gooey, muddy. There's lots of trash, branches. It's kind of gross. You could step up on top of the wall if you want and keep your little dowsing rods.
Well, would I sink if I stepped onto that? Is it that gooey and marshy?
The dirt below the wall outside the zoo, yes. Very murky, not so good. Stepping up on top of the wall, you can at least get an idea of the direction of the dowsing rods.
I'll do the wall just in case I can see if I have to go through the gooey stuff.
You step up on the wall with the dowsing rods, and all of a sudden they start kind of spinning. But you know that water tends to drown out magical influences. That's why it's hard to do spells on the lake. It's also harder to do spells in the rain, or if somebody took a water hose and put it on your head, you probably couldn't do spells at all. So interesting.
Nice secret weapon.
That's right.
A super soaker.
That's right. Yeah, right.
So
A water balloon.
It's been a long time since I've been there. So the water, is it like the water for a lake or river?
It's river. It's the Mississippi River.
Mississippi River.
Yeah, it's Mississippi River. Big, long river. Across is, where Algiers is and some of the other places across where they're a little bit less nice part of New Orleans. Yeah.
I'm going to back off the wall and, go to, another part of the zoo. So, maybe south and east from where I am.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
and see where and plot out where I see that ley line now. If it's coming, because what I'm trying to figure out is it going to be north, or I'm going to eliminate
it's
east
kind of
and west and south.
Southwest across the river. It's where it's going to be. You can figure out kind of where it is.
So it's going to be across the river.
Yeah, it's going to be across the river as far as unless it's in the middle of the river, which would have its own problems. Yeah.
I just got healed from the Pontchartrain.
Right. Well, this is not nearly okay. There's the Mississippi River, which means it's not great, but it's definitely not as bad as Pontchartrain. The only way to get over to Algiers is to take the ferry. Really, and so you're going to probably have to hop the ferry. That may be something you don't want to do by yourself either.
Well, I was about to say I'm going to head back to my place and see if anybody's interested in going with me, because it's going to take them a long time to get to me if I leave without them.
So it's probably around 10:30, almost 11 o'clock. You've been walking around, the zoo. It probably took you 3 hours to trace this all the way to the water. So anybody want to get up before 11 o'clock?
Oh, I'll be up.
No, they don't have to. I'm going to be calling them.
No. Well, we have some early risers.
I'll probably be up too.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
First.
Miranda.
When did Bull start making
I have been.
Yeah.
I worked on the house. Where you found that?
Oh gosh, it's getting
I
so
don't need to-
long.
yeah.
I had something last. Yeah, I'll just get up and just do some general polish the sword, go check on the van, clean it out, look at
Van's nice looking. You're very proud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make future plans, have a little notebook and sketch up weapons racks and different things. I'm really getting into this whole idea of the Scooby Gang van situation going on here.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right.
So I'll just be milling around for a little while.
You polish the sword, probably run through a few of your sword moves. You could go out back of the pawn shop if you want. There's an empty alley out there if you want to run through and a little more room. Your apartment's probably not big enough to really run through anything serious. All depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, I'd probably go out.
Okay. You step out into the back alley. You probably go downstairs to BJ's pawn shop. He lets you out the back. He trusts you pretty much. You head out the back, and so run through some of in the back alley there. A few people walk by, kind of look at you, but
just doing my Karate Kid
Tai Chi. People do that kind of stuff all the time. And so again,
yoga's gonna be a thing in 5 years. So
that's right. So nobody's really concerned about it. They're just kind of watching you. It gets to be about 10 o'clock. You're getting a little nibbly munchy breakfast.
Yeah, I assume based on yesterday's conversation with Lou that we'll be convening at some point, so I will preemptively hop in the van, go grab some beignets and coffee.
Okay.
And after I procure those items, I'll probably shoot out a text with just like some donut emojis to everybody and like a little rooster and a sun.
Okay, cool. So you emojify everybody after you've gotten all this. It's probably around 10:30. You have just finished, and you're kind of heading down towards the French Quarter to maybe wait at the ferry for everybody to get there, and you're emojified with donuts and a rooster and a rising sun emoji, and it's from Miranda.
So I'm gonna emoji a van in the zoo and a clock
Oh,
and a running foot.
okay. I will emoji back.
Now the rest of you are all getting this, by the way. Yeah.
Question, just because it's been a really long time since I had one. You have a Nokia brick?
Yeah, you're not emojiing
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You're emoticon. You're doing emoticons.
You're not emojiing anything. Sorry.
Oh, man.
You have to actually type out what you want.
Well, then I don't see anything she sends.
That's true.
You would
You
get
see those weird
those
blocks,
little
yeah.
blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the filler images
Blah, blah,
or
blah, blah, blah.
something.
Weird little
Yes,
blocks.
Miranda's sending something. You have no idea
It
what
looks
it is.
like-
Now I'm sad. I thought I've been
No.
emojing this whole time, and I've just been sending
No.
random things
Yeah.
that
Just
nobody
boring
understands.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna. I don't
Typing
know.
on those things is so miserable.
I will not.
But
be,
you can
I will
play
not be
Snake.
Yes, you
emojiing.
can.
I'll just call.
Okay.
Hey, come to the Audubon Zoo with your food.
Okay.
Call the others. Thank you. Bye.
Sure. No problem.
All right. You've been up for a while, probably working on your warehouse, maybe cleaning up from the day before.
Yeah.
Probably putting all the food in the refrigerator, probably the freezer and refrigerator you have, and maybe the upstairs office. So yeah.
Yeah, clean stuff up, inserting things I don't want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's inserting, but you know.
Yeah.
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 And I guess I'll probably continue to work on the place, though. I think most everything's pretty much.
Yeah, you've got everything settled. You
besides
probably need
just
a
what the
kitchen
laborers are
area
going to come in and do.
if you want to have a kitchen area. But yeah, you've got everything pretty much squared away. It's a nice lair now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
kind of sealing off the upstairs entrance and taking down
Right.
the stairs.
Right.
I think that's like the last little bit that I need to do.
Okay, you can do that. You can probably micro weld through this stuff. Yeah. So you're working on
And then
taking
rip
it.
it off.
Actually, you're probably more than anything just unscrewing it, then ripping it off the building
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and then filling the holes.
Pull out a cloth.
Yeah, exactly. So you're working on that. Emojis come across of donuts and sunrise and
Rooster.
rooster. Yes. So.
Okay. What?
I see what, and I'll just immediately call
Okay.
from that
And
person.
then I go, no.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
I'll call you 3 times because you said what, and I know you're there.
Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Drinking his orange juice.
So-
Or-
How does Donuts and the Zoo sound? And trying out that new armor.
Ooh, all right, yeah.
down.
Swing by a little bit.
What for?
I think
Wrestling a
that
gorilla,
Della is
obviously.
onto
Exactly.
the case of the taint.
Gorilla
Tainted
wrestling.
ley line.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Today.
Phrasing.
So,
Glad you
Yes.
clarified that.
Yeah.
we might see some action today. Do you want to meet us there, or do you want me to swing by and pick you up?
She does have the van.
Sure, swing by and pick me up.
Great. All right. I'm gonna call the rest of the gang. See you soon.
Later.
All right.
All right.
And then I'll call Bunk next. Well, no. I will call. Yeah. Give him every minute of sleep that he can get because he's
All
a
right, so you
night
call
owl.
Darwin.
I'll call Darwin next.
All right, Darwin. You get your phone goes off. I'm not sure what ringtone you have for Miranda. It's probably something that lets you know she's calling. But yeah.
We'll have to circle back to that.
Yeah.
Warning! Warning! Do not answer.
Warning, Darwin.
Siren, yeah.
Probably
Air
Amazing
raid
Grace.
sirens.
I was thinking Amazing Grace or something like that. Something, you know, holy or I don't know.
Oh.
Warning.
That Kanye West.
Let's see. It's Friday, day after Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
I feel very, very content that that'd be a day where, like, the purpose was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, just sitting at the house, not worrying about anything, had tons of food, still have leftovers.
Probably so.
You know, just taking it easy, probably through TV and whatnot. Phone buzzes,
Mm.
donuts, chicken, sun.
Mm. I've got turkey and ham, green bean casserole on a plate in my fridge. Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure I would respond to it.
Well, then she calls you. Okay, then she calls you.
Did you?
So that what
She
you
said
yeah,
she was
I would've
going to.
called
Yeah.
eventually.
yeah.
That would have been a beat between the text messages and the
Yeah.
call.
Like, so the,
See
so
what?
the text message
Well, I
was
was
the
on
preamble.
Yeah, you see what?
What?
Yeah, and then nothing
I
else.
feel like I get what while I'm on the phone with Walt, and I'm like, ooh, Darwin's awake. Gotta go.
No, he was saying that he said what, not him. Yeah,
Oh.
he's not
Like,
saying
anything like-
I thought you were saying you'd say the
And
same
then
thing.
what?
What?
Incommunicado. Yeah, radio silence from Darwin. Yeah. So she does call you.
Not gonna be rude though.
Yeah. All right.
Good morning.
Morning.
Maybe I will.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
So, I have beignets, and Della's at the zoo, and I'm going to pick up Volt. Do you want me to pick you up after? Because you totally want to go to the zoo with us and find a tainted ley line? Or, you could come
What?
on here.
He's like, I'm speaking to you. I
I'm-
don't understand what you're saying.
I'm asking if you want to go with us to the zoo. To
Wait.
potentially do something life-threatening, but
He's like, is this a trick question?
I'm not good at convincing you to do things, I'm
Yeah.
realizing. I have donuts and coffee, and we might save the world. Or at least the Audubon Park.
Vacuum your cat.
You didn't have anything to
Trying
do
very
today, right?
hard to think of something else to do.
Like,
Yeah.
surely you had nothing planned for today. It's the day after Thanksgiving.
That is accurate. I had actually nothing planned for today. That was the goal.
Oh, well, I don't want to interrupt if you just wanted to chill.
Now she's
You sound really sad.
That's
Are you sure you're not like an Italian mom or something?
Give me a rapport check.
That's good.
Well, my report is
Oh,
I do have rapport, and it's plus
it's actually
4,
pretty
so
good.
I
Oh.
actually still have a 2 despite getting a negative 2.
Wow.
that's really good, actually.
Good luck, Darwin.
I'll let you roll against her rapport if you'd like.
He's like looking.
It is rapport. Rapport is a social defense.
Yep. And she's not really, intimidating you. She's trying to convince you. So yeah, that's rapport. So I'll let you
It's
roll against her.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Just guilt
I'll let you roll against with
manipulation a
rapport if
little
you'd like.
bit.
I mean, she can't force you to do anything, but
Some light
you
emotional
know.
manipulation.
Yeah.
oh my!
He's really into his alone time.
I got a +3.
You can tell she's probably trying to manipulate you into to go and so you realize what's up, but that's about it. You're not swayed. You could just as easily stay home and watch TV and
Who else is going to be there?
Well, once I wake up Bunk, maybe everybody.
Sweet the devil if he can check out me in new armor.
Oh yeah, and you want to see your
I like to
creation
believe
in
that you just
action.
have it on speakerphone.
I was gonna say,
You 100% just have it on speakerphone.
Like I've already picked him up, and we're just like,
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm there yet.
right.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
yeah.
I was just trying to help her out a little bit.
Oh no, I still believe that 100% that Miranda is one of those people that talks on speakerphone.
But I do that in real life.
I know. I know.
That's funny.
Wait, did they have speakerphones then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. Absolutely.
They
I'm so sorry.
They might have even had it on Nokia's, but it didn't work very well.
I'm just upset
my
about the
dad
emojis.
had it didn't sound great.
No, but yeah, you sound like you're talking out of the bottom of a
background
bucket.
noise counselor was not a thing.
Not really, no. Mm-mm.
Alright, so I'm just gonna pencil myself in tomorrow for a long time.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
sure.
Good luck with that. Is she gonna pick you up?
Would you like me to pick you up, or you want to meet us on the mope?
Oh, are you picking us up in the van?
Yeah. I'll let you drive.
Sure.
All right.
The wheelman.
What kind of driver is Darwin?
I think he's probably actually a pretty good driver,
Or just
honestly.
like pedal to the metal?
I don't
I think
know.
he's whatever the situation.
Right, to get him out of danger.
Exactly.
Right, yes.
A great
Pretty sure it's
motivator.
slow, just relax until it's not.
Yeah.
And then,
I just want to throw this out here. I still have like just like vision like stuck in my brain of whenever our first time going to that cemetery and finding the guy or whatever, and you guys doing like the whole intimidate thing. I ended up firing a shot off at a ghoul. And there's this whole like, oh no, like expecting sirens, all this kind of stuff. I was like, I gotta get out of here. And like I was trying to leave and whatnot. And I remember, I think it was both of y'all both had like the guy. So there was like, intimidating him, saying all this kind of stuff to him, and he was like, "You'll never get the true master." Like, true master, and then there's like, I just imagine you guys both like look at you like, "What?" And then just me in the background, every time, every single time I imagine that thing, just me in the background.
Could be. Yeah. Alrighty, so you're picking him up, right?
Yes. Oh, that's your pencil.
Buck, it's about 9 o'clock. You live in the art house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means you have kind of a room with it, so a private bathroom, and everybody kind of lives together there. And so you're there. It's 9 o'clock. You're dead asleep, and you hear kind of a light tap 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 on the door. It's enough to kind of wake you up, but
who's there?
It's the landlord. You have a visitor.
Okay. Where are they now? Are they?
They're in the hallway outside your door. It's a guy named Swift.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get
Pants on,
Pants on.
shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Open the door. Mm.
It's your landlord, the guy. His name is Thomas, who actually owns the house and lets art people kind of crash there. And you do pay rent, so it's supposed to allow starting artists to kind of get their start. Standing beside him is this guy. He's kind of tall, blonde-headed, has his hat to the back. You recognize him. This guy from yesterday,
Gotcha.
Who came and got you at Thanksgiving, and he says, "Hey, I'm here to take you to your new apartment."
Oh.
New apartment.
Yeah, new apartment.
Okay.
Your landlord looks at you and says, "New apartment, but you're paid up through the end of the month."
Well, I had a
Well, it
rough
is the
night last night.
26th, so I mean,
I've been looking at maybe expanding
Oh.
out, so I don't want to leave you in the lurch, but looking at new places.
I mean, we can always find people to take the room. I was just a little surprised. That's all.
Yeah. All right.
makes two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, it's lots of things have changed in a short amount of time.
Well, I guess it's good things, right? Yeah.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. And so Swift is kind of standing there looking at you go back and. I mean, actually, he's a bit taller than you. Probably a good bit taller than the landlord, and he says, "Well, should we get your things?" You're like, "Okay."
Man, you want to slow down a little bit because it's still early,
Mm.
and I'm on my schedule. I haven't had coffee,
Coffee, right? I could go get coffee and be back in
Boom.
15 minutes. Good,
dude.
So-
And I'll start getting things together. We'll leave the stuff here for now because guess what? Don't have to move it all at one time.
So he leaves, and he, you kind of get maybe, you're going, okay, what do I need to do? It seems like 5 minutes later, he back on the door, and he opens the door and pushes it open. And he says, okay, coffee, got it. And so he's got this styrofoam cup, and it's got the little thing around it, and so you're not sure where he got it.
Yeah.
But he hands it to you. He says, coffee, good. Let's get your things.
All right, homie. We need serenity. You are wired a little different than I am.
Right. Well, I'm sure you don't have many things, right? I mean,
Like, I've got enough. Shouldn't judge you much.
you humans have so much stuff.
Oh, I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I got some important stuff. I want to pick up the important stuff. Let's go see it. And do I have to move it right now?
Well, I mean, no, but I do want to at least get as much as we can over to your new place. I'll move the rest of it later.
Okay.
You're kind of like, what?
All right.
Well, we can move the rest of it later. I'm really not supposed to stray far from your side.
Oh, no.
Well, you're the Autumn Knight,
Yes.
and I'm supposed to make sure that we don't have to find a new one anytime
You're
soon.
a squire now?
Yeah.
More like a bodyguard.
Cool.
Oh, God, help me. Okay.
So is it a good thing or a bad
I'm
thing?
starting to feel like a bad thing. All right, so let me get my trombone, get my some clothes. We'll start off with that, just the real essentials for right
Okay.
now. So
You grab a couple boxes of stuff.
yeah,
He
just some bags,
he grabs your trombone and the box of clothes, heads out, comes back in just a minute, and he says, "Any more boxes?"
Not right now. Let's go. Let me go see
I've
first.
got a truck.
How big is the truck?
Let's pick up truck.
Okay, pick up what you can, because I'm gonna let you handle this.
He starts loading stuff into the pickup truck, and you're surprised. This guy is kind of wiry, but he's a little stronger than he appears. I mean, not Volt strong, but he's pretty strong, and he doesn't seem to be breathing hard from just carrying this stuff out there, coming back, and he's pretty quick. And so he gets most of your stuff loaded in there. There's a few little things, and he says, we could put this inside the truck with us. And you step out there, and here's this little white pickup truck. It's kind of beat up. Maybe looks like it's from the 90s. It's not nice, but he says he's loaded all the boxes in the back. They're kind of stacked. He says, hold on, and reaches in behind the seat inside the cab, and he throws a tarp over it, and really quickly, and then says, all right, let's go. And he climbs in behind the wheel.
All right. Okay, and I'll let him do everything because it's early.
Yeah, sure.
And if he bodyguard, manservant, this is kind of how I'm trying to think this through.
He goes, I've got more coffee in the truck, too.
Boom. You're getting
Now you know
that.
where he got the coffee from.
Yeah.
So you slide in, and there's a metal thermos of coffee, and
I like our.
so he and so you slide in, and he immediately, and it's a stick shift, and so he just kind of takes off. He drives up onto the highway, taking you down towards the French Quarter, but he gets off a little early, and looks like, ironically enough, he's heading towards Audubon Park. And so he drives down Magazine Street towards Audubon Park. Right before he gets to the park, it's kind of across from the university in the park, he takes a left and drives down this little narrow street. And literally within spitting distance of the singing tree, the one that has all the little bells in it and stuff like that, he stops. And he pulls up, and there's this cute little... looks like about a 3-story house. It's built up off the ground. There's a story underneath, and there's the main story, and then there's a couple above that. Looks like it's in pretty good repair. And he says, yep, here we are. I'll show you. And so he goes up to the front door and opens the door, and he says, hello, hello. And so this little old lady, gray hair, wearing a brown shawl. She just, lots of wrinkles. And she comes kind of hobbling in, and she says, oh, Mr. Swift, you brought our new boarder. I'm so glad to meet you. I'm Mrs. Brown. And she comes up, and she pats you on the shoulder. She says, I'm going to let Swift take you up the stairs. These old bones don't get around the way they used to. And she says, but I'll get somebody to bring in the rest of your boxes. And so Swift, she hands him a key, and it's one of those old-fashioned kind of keys, right? Looks like it's brass. Hands it to you, and he takes you up the stairs. You kind of go up to the first landing, and there's a couple doors. And he says, "That's the bathroom." Of course, it's en suite, but you're the only person on this floor anyway. And he says, "And this is your room." So you open the door, and it's really nice. It's got a sitting area, and then there's kind of a folding screen that has like a bedroom area off to the side. It's probably 2 to 3 times the size of the bedroom you had in the art house, and it's all wood and glowing rich, and it's got a closet, and it's really nice. And you just kind of step in and go, well, it's not very modern, but it's really nice. And just as you walk in, there's just this kind of feeling of warmth that just rolls over you, like a nice autumn day, just kind of the sun shining on you. You think you can almost hear the leaves rustling when you walk in. And Swift says, I see it meets with your approval. I'll get the rest of the boxes. And down the stairs he goes. And you're kind of looking around. Do you want to check anything out or anything like that?
Yeah, just like look around, see.
The bed is one of these big wooden 4-poster affairs. It doesn't have a canopy over it, but has these big, tall, posts. And it's got this nice, beautiful, looks like a handmade quilt on it. It's all greens and browns and oranges and leaves and stuff like that. And in fact, actually worked into the headboard, you can see what looks like a big tree. And so a couple minutes later, Swift comes in with boxes, and he puts them down and heads back down the stairs. Boxes. And so while you're looking around, the screen that's kind of between the bed and the rest of the room is just kind of a wooden mahogany looking thing with, basically just those panels. There's a desk. You check it out, and there's actually paper and pens and stapler and tape and all kinds of stuff in there. And there's actually a notepad that sits on top. And he gets all your stuff in there and says, "Well, the closet is walk-in," and he opens it up, and it's this huge walk-in closet. Of course, there's nothing in here. He says, "Yes, well, I'll lead you to it. I live on the 3rd floor, but I'll be downstairs."
Okay.
So he heads out of the room and heads downstairs. As far as you can tell, you're hearing him clomping down. Well, you don't hear him clomping. You hear him moving down the stairs. He moves pretty quietly for a guy.
I feel like Swift is like perpetually stuck in sport mode.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's just
it's
a lot.
It's gonna be-
2.5 speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Inhuman swiftness.
Yes.
Inhuman speed. Excuse me. Yeah, he's always moving about double speed. Well, about 1.75 times fast. Yeah, until he has to move fast, and then just forget it. Yeah. So you start unpacking?
Yeah, I start, just kind of. I guess this is where I live now.
Yeah.
And
well, you're next to the park where you can be on call from the
big
Autumn King. Yeah.
things I didn't think through last night. Apparently,
Gotta be close.
And so I unpack and
You look out the window and it looks right out on the park. Beautiful view. And again, you can see that there's still a lot of homeless people in the park, which makes you sad on a different level than it used to. Before you were kind of like, oh, that's terrible, those poor people. Now it really brings kind of an almost a feeling of despair to your soul. You're like, wow, they really look bad. I need to do something about that soon. You're not sure what that's all about. Maybe part of your mantle as being the Autumn Knight. Maybe, I don't know. You're not sure. But it takes you probably about an hour or so to get everything squared away and unpacked, all the stuff in the closet, your trombone put somewhere nice and safe. There's actually what looks like, are there trombone stands? Mm-hmm. There's actually a trombone stand in the corner, ready for you. So you put the trombone there. There's a stereo in the corner too, CD player. And there's actually a TV and a DVD player. It's a nice little room, You're kind of like,
Focus come up in the world.
I know.
yeah, you've definitely taken a couple steps up. And again, you kind of finish getting all that done, and Swift comes up and he says, "Hey, did you need more coffee?"
Yes.
Okay. He says, I brought a cup of coffee, and this time it's in a mug, a big ceramic mug. And breakfast? Do you need breakfast?
Yes.
Let's head downstairs. Mrs. Brown has breakfast ready. And so you're like, wait, it comes to
There's
breakfast?
like no hesitation in his voice. Yes.
Yes.
He's just completely settled into
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm taking
down.
the good parts down.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the bad parts are coming.
Well, you head downstairs, and there's this big wooden table, and Mrs. Brown has just set out what looks like a plate of about 4 or 5 biscuits, maybe even scones. You're not sure. And then there's a bowl of eggs, look like scrambled eggs. There's a plate of bacon and sausage. It's probably enough for you and Swift, maybe with a little bit left over. And so Swift puts the coffee down on the table, the big mug, and says, dig in. I'll be out front. And so he steps out front, and you notice he's kind of out on the front porch looking around. You get the feeling that he's being looking out to make sure nobody interrupts your breakfast. Very bodyguardy. So yeah.
Okay, so eat and
It's really good food. The eggs are just fluffy. There's salt. There's butter on them. The bacon is just crisp enough. You probably haven't had a breakfast this good this early in the morning in a long time. It's a lot earlier than you're used to. And you finish, kind of sip your coffee, and Swift comes back in and he says, your friend, the wizard, just wandered across the park. We might want to check and make sure she's okay.
okay.
She was holding these weird metal things.
All right. So, okay. So you think we should follow her?
Well, yeah, sure, probably. Is
she in danger out here?
No, well, probably not. Most of the people who are in the park are the autumn people. Right. Nobody really wants to go near the park anymore. It just makes everybody kind of uncomfortable, and we can't leave, so we have to stay. Okay. Well, okay, most of them can't leave. I can, and a few of the others. But most of us are kind of stuck here. Changelings are not stuck in the park, so that's it. And so he says, you kind of look out the door, and you see that Della is coming from the south side of the park where the zoo is. And she looks like she's walking back towards the main entrance, towards where, I think is it Loyola that's across from the park? I can't remember. Anyway, it's the university that's right across from Ottoman Park. And so she's walking that direction. She does have these funny looking little L-shaped wire things in her hands.
So let's head on, go meet up with Della and see what's going on.
Della, you're walking north to meet up with Miranda. Probably on Magazine Street, or actually it might be St. Charles that goes to there. I can't remember. But anyway, you're working to meet up with her. She's going to meet you at the van, and you see Bunk and the guy from last night who took you to Audubon Park walking across the park toward you. You probably got a biscuit still in your hand that you're nibbled on, a mug of coffee. He's walking across. He looks very content. And he's walking towards you.
Because of what you do to my waters.
I'm going to walk up to him and show my phone. What do these things mean?
You walk up towards him, and immediately Swift steps between and says, whoa. I don't know what your intentions are, but I get the feeling that you have a bit of animosity towards the Autumn Night, so I'm going to have to ask you to...
My animosity is towards this thing. What does this mean?
I look at it and I'm like...
Swift backs off. He realizes...
I grabbed the phone, I was like, oh, you got an old phone. Oh.
Like, I knew you had an old phone, but...
So then I pull up my phone and wait. See what
way
these...
back.
Yeah.
Okay, he shows
What
you
does
some...
it say?
It says...
Donut, chicken, sun.
Sunrise, yeah.
Yeah.
But you knew that, so... That's not anything...
I did?
She called you, remember? You guys were on the phone, and she's supposed to pick you up now.
All right.
Well,
I'm going to get a little notebook out, and I'm going to write these symbols down and what they mean.
Okay, got it.
Oh,
Eventually, we'll have a
chickens.
code book to Miranda. A Codex Miranda that would... There we go.
It'll be taught thousands of years later.
Oh my gosh, it's a secret language.
Dump archaeologists.
But hey, Bunkin.
That's one.
Swift. He looks into Swift.
Oh,
Yeah.
Swift.
So yeah.
He bows towards you and takes your hand in and looks like he's going to try and kiss it.
No. And
I just laugh.
That's not a thing, I guess.
no, it's
No,
not a thing.
not a
It's
thing
not a
here.
thing. Don't touch your lips to my body. Anyway,
Duly noted.
so I've been following the ley lines, and I think I found
No,
where
it's
to
not.
cross over the river, but I didn't want to go on my own
That's a good idea.
because I'd have to wait for everybody.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what this meant, so I talked to her, but not all that makes sense though. So I'm just waiting on Miranda to get here.
Does she know where to meet you?
Yeah, I told her I was here at the Autobahn.
So
Okay.
I've picked up Darwin at this point, and I'm like, just letting Bunk sleep in. I'm not even going to call him. I'm just going to go to his apartment. I know where he lives. I think...
You go by his apartment, right? You swing by his apartment, pull up to the art house, park out on the street, and head up to the front door. Knock on the door. This guy, kind of thin guy, salt and pepper, dark hair, wearing a sweater and corduroys, walks up and he goes, Bunk's friend, right?
Yeah. Was he here when I was...
Marissa, right?
Miranda.
Sorry, terrible with names. He says, no, he's not here. He left. He's no longer lives here.
I look at the time.
You're like, what? It's way too early for him. Yeah.
I'm like, he's a
Were we doing stuff yesterday?
Yeah.
There's no way.
What the heck, man?
It's not possible.
Yeah,
Someone's
right.
kidnapped our friend.
It's before
exactly right.
noon.
Yes, that is exactly
I'm
right.
like, do you know where he went or when he'll be back?
He met this guy who said he had a new apartment. I think he said over somewhere else, and so they left together in a white pickup truck. So yeah.
Okay, he moves fast. Got it. All right. Well, thank you for your help.
Sure.
And I guess I won't be seeing you again ever again.
Oh okay. Have a good day. And he looks kind of puzzled and slowly closes the door.
Oh, I
It's like,
guess I'm never going to see you ever again.
Have a
It's
nice
just-
life. Yes. Yeah.
oh. Well, like, I get in the car and be like, Bunk,
Where's Bunk?
He doesn't live here anymore.
Dun dun dun.
Something very suspicious whether or not he actually ever lived here.
Well, no, you've been here before with him, so you know he's lived
This
here.
man, yeah, I came here. He threw concrete at me.
Are you sure it was Bunk?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
Yeah. All right. Your phone rings. Let's see. Does your phone ring?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Make me a
Please.
discipline check, Jody.
He was holding it far away from me.
Yes.
Oh, he was.
I was.
And now
Put it in his
not.
pocket.
Oh, but hide
Minus
behind his
one.
one.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I got a 4.
Okay, yeah, the phone kind of shh, and so you're having a little trouble. You
I
walk
step
further away
away.
from her, and immediately
Step
clears
away.
up, and it's Miranda. She's
away,
calling.
you
Oh.
magic woman.
Hello.
Hey, so you don't live at your house anymore.
It's been such a weird 2 days. Oh my god. Apparently, the thing last night, it comes with an apartment by the park. And so here I thought I was just going to get a cool spear and some other stuff. But no!
You
And I
bought
got
a
some other
house.
little dude who's really annoying. And he's running around. Oh, sorry, Swift. Sorry, man.
What's left?
But I'm here at the park with Della, and so she said you're coming by.
Yeah, we were swinging by to get you. I was gonna let you sleep in, but you were up.
See, I like
so
you a
early.
lot better than I do this guy over here because he woke me up early. And so yeah, I'm here. I'm caffeined up.
Okay,
So,
well,
we'll meet you at the zoo,
extra
right?
coffee.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
I'll
be
drink the extra coffee. So yeah.
Right.
Well,
All right.
Swift
we'll
looks
be
at
there.
you when you get off the phone. He says, "Oh, well, if you're tired, all you have to do is draw upon the power of the autumn night, and you won't be tired anymore."
Things I hate to hear from people that say all you gotta do is
No, it's easy.
because
Don't be tired anymore.
because it's either really like it's not what they think it is, or it's a lot more complicated than
No,
it is.
if you're tired, just draw. Just imagine yourself no longer tired.
See, I don't know how to do that.
Sure you do. Like when you're playing your musical instrument, you know, and you're really having a good set, and you know how energizing that feels to you. Yeah, just imagine that.
But do I want to?
So I try to imagine
When you're really having a good set, you know, all the music's hitting.
Everything's hitting right.
It's amazing. All of a sudden, there's just like, it's not like there's a tingling feeling or anything like that. It's just all of a sudden you're awake. It's like somebody's giving you a Red Bull or something like that, but you don't feel jittery. You're just no longer tired. And you're like, wow, this is kind of cool. You're just like, yeah, that's one of the powers of the Autumn Night, that you know, you can make these you can make pain and exhaustion and things like that go away temporarily.
So what happens when it comes back?
Oh, you're gonna be very tired.
See, all you gotta do is never fails. Never fails. All right, but I still want my coffee. So all right, we're gonna meet Miranda. Don't.
Yeah. We'll head to the Audubon Park.
All right, takes you about maybe 15 minutes to get over there in the van. I keep wanting to yell, Scanlan's van! Instead of Scanlan's hands. But anyway. So yeah, you head over there to Audubon Park, and sure enough, they're waiting at the entrance. It's Della and Bunk and this blonde-headed dude that you saw last night. He's dressed the same way. He's got a blue jacket on, got a baseball cap turned to the back. And he's across his back. He's got this what looks like a very similar case to what you carry your sword in, except it's a little longer. And the van pulls up with the beautiful stuff on the side and the bubble windows, and it's amazing. Door opens. I guess you pile inside.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
Yes.
where
Why
to,
are we
boss?
piling inside
The van.
We gotta get in.
Oh, wait.
Oh, never mind.
Cross river.
Beignets, coffee.
Ooh, she's
That's
been
it. Have I
Second
told them
lunch,
where we're
right.
going
Yes,
yet?
Huh?
I haven't told them where we're going yet, have I?
No,
Okay.
Nope, we need directions.
All right, we
I
need
pull out
to
the
go
map.
to Algiers.
Algiers?
Yep, we need to take the ferry.
the ferry.
Oh.
We're going southwest.
You say ferry, and immediately Swift looks at you and says, I'm a changeling, not a fairy. There's a difference.
It's a name of a boat that we take from one shore to the next shore.
Oh, got it. Okay.
You know.
I'm gonna say, oh, Swift, how's it going?
Hey,
Fist bump.
the man with the cool conveyance. Yes,
Yeah.
you're Volt. Right.
Yep, there you go.
Got it. Cool.
I feel like I'm in the front seat in the passenger side with Darwin, and I just kind of look at him, but like, I think this is a cool conveyance. But
It is. It is. It's very cool. I especially like the paintings on the side. That is
Yes.
quite interesting.
yes, they will
I assume that is
meet up
you
dating
all.
soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You'll need to change it so that you're. Well, maybe we don't want people to know that you're the Autumn Night. Never mind. And so.
Oh no! Change it.
No.
So you
I'll hide
drive
a
off,
Easter
head
egg in
to
there
the basically the Canal Street.
Yes.
End of Canal Street is where the ferry is. You drive onto the ferry. I don't remember how much it was back then. It's not very much. Pocket change for those of you with $500,000 and an LLC. So yeah, and good bit of money in your bank accounts now. So it takes you about you pull on. There's not a whole lot of people on the ferry right now. It's pretty quiet. A few people getting ready to head across the Algiers to the river to work and stuff like that. So there's a few other cars, a few people walking around. It also is a passenger ferry up on the second level, so you can go up there if you want and sit and watch or whatever. If you go up there, there's 2 or 3 people waiting to go to their work wherever they are in Algiers. It takes about 30, 45 minutes to get across the river on the ferry, head back down to the van, pile up and drive off, and you're in Algiers. Now, Algiers is probably the mean streets of New Orleans. Especially at this time, it's a little bit older, a little bit dingier. There's not as many jobs. The French Quarter, especially tourism, really supports New Orleans. There's really not any tourism in Algiers, so you have to come across the river to work. There's some heavy industry in a few places where people work, but that's pretty much it. There's also a few restaurants and some things like that. So it's a little bit poorer than New Orleans, and a little bit rougher, especially right after Katrina, because it hasn't gotten nearly as much TLC as New Orleans did after Katrina, which wasn't a lot. So there you go. So yeah, you're pull off.
Because we're over a river, it doesn't.
Oh, okay, that's right.
You know, but I have a trajectory. It's not like ley lines don't do this; they just go straight. So
Give me a driving check, Jody. If you're going to try and direct them to where the ley line went.
Oh, I was like, I'm not driving the vehicle.
No. You're using your knowledge of streets.
Gotcha.
Your street knowledge.
And so
Street
that
smarts.
falls under
Driving.
driving. Guess what? I have one thing of driving.
Hey.
Oh, my.
Wow.
God.
We are
Oh my
I guess
God.
we'll find it
Find
when we
something
get
to
to the other
re-roll.
end.
Find something to re-roll.
Yeah.
All right. You
I'm sure it's here.
you tell them
Wait,
where they're
it's
supposed to
this
go.
way. No, it's
You're
this
telling
way.
Darwin where to drive to. Couple hours goes by, and you're pretty sure you've passed this same street for the third time. It's some Walmsley Avenue. And so you're like, yeah, I am hopelessly lost. I'm not sure where it is
There's
from
the
here.
map.
Yeah.
There's the map.